What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a story time video. This is about me getting robbed at gunpoint. Yes, a person tried to take me out. I'm going to start off by saying that you're going to see me tear up throughout this video. Y'all know I'm still waiting on my surgery. It's a part of the side effects of having a rejected cornea. So I tear up with a little bit of light. So I got my blinds open. There's just a little bit of light seeping through. So I'm going to basically tear up, okay? I had to, open the blinds so you guys can see me. If I would have closed the blinds, you would only see my silhouette. But anyways, so I got robbed at gunpoint back in 2009. At that time, my best friend's boyfriend just got murdered, who happens to be my brother's best friend. So I called him my brother. We were preparing for a funeral for him. I spent all day going back and forth doing things, getting RIP t-shirts made, just, funeral arrangements. And I forgot to, go by the bank and get some money. So I said I'll go on my way home. I happened to be on my way home at night. And so I stopped by the bank. I put the money in an envelope because I had a roommate, I'm paying cash or whatever. Put the money in the envelope and I go on my way home. On my way home, a car passed by me and said that I have a flat tire. I kind of heard it, at the time that the person, flagged me down and let me know it was flat. And, he just confirmed it. And I was like, okay, I gotta make it to the gas station. So, there were no gas stations, I think like 5 minutes into me getting home. One that's like right by my house. And so I happened to make it to that gas station. It was dark, of course, closed, but there was a little bit of light coming from a club that was across the street. And, there was another gas station that was across the street that was like closed permanently. Like it had boards all over it and everything. So, I parked by where you got to put the pressure in the tire or whatever, the air in the tire. And so it was right across the street from a club. And, people was outside and everything, which was cool because I was like, if anything happens to me, I got witnesses and shit. And so I started to look and see if the pump was working. And then I went into my passenger side of the car, opened the door, went to my purse to get change. You know how we females are. When you're carrying a purse, change is at the bottom of the fucking purse. So I'm going through the fucking purse, looking for change, struggling. Took like at least 5 minutes for me to find the correct change to go ahead and put the air in my tire. So as soon as I grab the change in my hand, I feel something in my back and something just stinked, y'all. It was this aroma of like hot garbage and sauteed onions with fish juice. It was just, and it smacked me right in my nose. And so I felt something in my back and a voice said, "Give me all your jewelry." I'm panicking, y'all. I'm panicking. So I'm like, okay, I'm taking off my jewelry. As I'm taking off my jewelry, I'm letting this motherfucker know that this is not real. This is custom jewelry. Don't kill me when when you look at it and see that it's fading and shit, because it wasn't real. I stopped wearing real jewelry like maybe 2 or 3 years later because I always used to lose it and shit. It was like money out of my pocket. So I started buying, custom jewelry. So if it does fade or whatever, I could put some fingernail polish on it or, just get another necklace that's inexpensive or whatever. So I'm gonna let him know that this jewelry is fake. Please don't shoot me. It's not real, and I'm trying to turn around and tell him, but then something in my mind say, don't turn around because he might kill you. And so I don't know, but he must have, I'm just thinking that he must have like looked over me to see that there's a purse in my car seat, and he asked for the envelope. The envelope was sticking out, y'all, because again, I was looking for change, so everything was rambled and stuff, and so the envelope of the money for my rent was sticking out, and he was like, give me that envelope. So I gave him the envelope. He dropped the jewelry and ran, and I hurried up and turned around and got a look at the guy, that robbed me. It was a white, old, stink, homeless looking ass guy. That's why he was stink. That's why I smelled that aroma to my nose. And so he got the money. He threw he threw my jewelry down. He realized it wasn't real, I guess. And he ran in between a building that was across the other side of the street. And I'm looking to see if the people across the street, they still partying and shit. They don't even notice what the fuck is going on and stuff. So I'm like frozen, because it was like one of those times, those moments when you're stuck and you really don't know what the fuck to do. Like, you're stuck only because of what just happened. And I was stuck. I didn't know what to do, so I just hurried up and called 911 to let them know I got robbed. I just got robbed at gunpoint and everything. I let them know my location, where I was at, and then all of a sudden, and then I'm gonna let you guys know something. I didn't have respect for police officers in the past. Didn't have it. I've, had my share of racist cops. I had my share of bad cops. They're not even racist. They just abuse their authority and shit. And, I gained all my respect back for law enforcement this night, because the way they handled me was by the book. I guess that's the way I can say it, by the book, because they didn't re-victimize me. They actually treated me like a victim. They know I was noticeably shaken. Did everything they could to calm me down. Got the description and got canines out there looking for them. Got helicopters, bitches. They had helicopters looking for the guy that just robbed me at gunpoint. They're coming me down. I'm like shaking and everything. And then I see my sister's car pulling up and my brother's truck pulling up. And, they was telling my sister, the brothers, they can't come on the scene. They was holding them back. I wanted to go be embraced by them. But, I was okay in the hands that I were in, which was the law enforcement's hands, because they did everything to make me okay, And like I said, I gained all respect. Needless to say, they didn't find the guy that robbed me at gunpoint. The dogs picked up the scent from the jewelry, and they looked around the corner. They went around the corner, and they went in the direction that the guy ran and everything, but they lost the smell. The cop said maybe because he was on a bike, and he probably had like a getaway vehicle, or maybe on a bike or something that was on the other side. I doubt it was a vehicle, because this guy was homeless. I got it. It was just, y'all, it was a lot. It was a lot, because I was traumatized after that. I really was. So they didn't get to find him. Side note, my brother them left the scene and went to look for that nigga too. That's a side note. After they got the description from me, they went to look for him too. I just thank God they didn't, because I didn't want them to get in no trouble either. But they just was mad that this happened, and I was too. And I was so shaken, and the cops, told me that they're going to go to every homeless camp to look for a guy that matched that description that I gave them. And for the next month to maybe I'll say 5 months after that happened, I was afraid to walk outside at night, y'all. I was afraid to, every little thing that I heard, every little noise that I heard, I was paranoid too. My brothers and sisters used to laugh at me because my sister stayed on the opposite side of where street that I stayed on. And when I go to her house and stuff, it'd be during the day. And when the sun goes down, I'd be afraid to walk home at night. So I had my brother then come walk to the corner with me and stuff. So I was really traumatized. Ever since that day, I never carry cash on me. Ever since that day, again, ever since that day, I gained so much respect for law enforcement. I kind of walked my life in a righteous path after that day because it made me want to do everything right, because I felt like I had just beat death. You know, he could have killed me. He could have did, it could have been worse, you know. So that's it, y'all. I don't think they ever caught the guy because I never heard anything about it. So, you know, he just came up on some rent money from me, and it probably was a lot of money to him. And, you know, I know karma is real, so I'm pretty sure it got back to him. So I also want to say about Lake County, because Lake County's officers was everything. Leesburg Sheriff's Office and police officers was everything. But this morning I was looking at fights from the community of Lake County, which is viral, you know what I'm saying, because I was on my Facebook. Pastor Chris Walker had shared a video where he was live in a commissioner's meeting with the community of Lake County along with himself, and they're fighting to get a Confederate statue of Confederate General Edmund Kirby Smith that was basically evicted from, I think, Tallahassee, Florida, the upper part of Florida. That statue will be evicted in 2020, but now they want to bring it to Lake County, and a museum want to put it in Lake County. Lake County community is not having it. And Lake County community spoke. And when I tell you that Lake County community is one, black and white in all different colors, that was in the building, letting them know that they're not here for that statue to be in Lake County. Because Lake County already have the history of, you know, racial, just so many things that happened in Lake County in the past that they you know, want to get over. And it's just like going 10 steps back to see that the statue is being brought to Lake County. So there was a meeting this morning. I shared the link on my page, on my Facebook page. My name is Giggs Hall on Facebook. So you can check out the meeting and you can see how the community came together as one. The only thing that I didn't like, and I say this loudly and clearly, there were no young people in the building. The elders held it down for Lake County. Where are all the young people in Lake County to be there to see what is going on in your community? I no longer live in Lake County, but if I would have known that was going on in my community, I would be in that building speaking how I felt about it, just like Pastor Chris Walker. But I thank God he did do a live video, because like he said at that meeting, this is exposure of what's going on behind closed doors, because 5 of those commissioners that were sitting in that meeting had voted yes for that statue to come. But that community got their ass together, y'all. Got them together. I want y'all to take a look at it. It's going to be on my page. And also I'm going to leave a link of the story that was done on it at the Orlando Sentinel about it, because they were there this morning in that meeting as well. And I want my young people to just basically wake the fuck up. Our elders are here doing the things that we should be doing right now, because we're living right now in the same era that, you know, things are like being better. This is 2018. Things should be getting better. We should be burying the things that happened in the past. But they're trying to bring a statue of this guy that fought in the war, that had owned slaves, that had done so many things in the past, and they're trying to honor him at this museum in Lake County, y'all. And the community is not there for it. At least the elders are definitely not there for it, because they know what happened back in the past. It's 2018, y'all. I want y'all to check it out, though. This is your girl, Giggs. Bye. My mom, my dad, my stepdad, And my brothers live in Lake County right now today. I wish my mom was the one that can open up more like I did, because I used to be like my mom. I used to be silent, the quietest one in the family and everything. But now I'm more open and more vocal and outspoken. And, my mom, she's a baptized Jehovah's Witness, so she don't even get into things like this. But I just wish that, the younger community, the younger generation, the millennials would just get into stuff like this. This is your girl Giggs. Bye.